Hello everybody. So I'm doing an animation tutorial. This is how I usually animate. Yet again, this is not going to be perfect. I'm still learning how to animate. Even if my animations are pretty cool, I'm still learning how to animate. That's the thing. So you gotta kind of work with me. This is what I know so far, and I'm giving it to people who want to get started with animating, because I'm pretty far into animating, and I want to give others a chance to start their journey too. And my phone turned off. Okay, that's so Sigma. If you want to do like an up and down move, it simple up, simple down, swish swoosh swish swoosh. I'm gonna show an example of it. If you want, like, I can't move it. Ugh. Boop 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 boop. If that's what you want, then you're gonna want to make a frame for that. So we're gonna have a down arrow here, and we're gonna have an up arrow here. And we're going to spread these fellers out using the grabbing tool right here. I'll get into more of like animation on movement in a second. But if you just want this, then yeah. So we have our starter frame here. We're gonna copy this frame, paste it, and then we're gonna move these up. Yep. Gonna move these up right to here. And you notice it's really quick. If you want it to be slow, you're gonna have to copy the frames, like boom, boom. I usually go with 3 or 4 because I feel like that would be a good slow pace. And you want to do that for both slides, for like the starter frame and the secondary. And this is what you'll get. It's still kind of fast, so you just keep adjusting them until you get the right speed that you want. There you go. Doesn't that look good? Arrows pointing up and down. That is just a basic tutorial on doing a up and down motion. Just a little up and down. And this can go from side, this goes for side to side. Any motion that is just up, down, up, down, up. Ooh, yeah. Ow. I fell. Now movement this could go for pretty much anything. So for now we're just gonna do a little stick man here. Just gonna draw a little stick man. And we're gonna give him a Roblox hand. Cause I said so. Cause I said we could. He's going to have disproportionate limbs cause I said so. Let me make this a bit smaller so it's easier to move. And usually I do this on other frames too. Like I have different frames for each body part that I know is going to have some sort of movement. For any body part that is going to have some sort of movement and it isn't connected to all the other body parts, I recommend that you put it on a different frame because it makes it so much less of a hassle to move. Now, let's get into the actual animation. So first, we got our starter frame. Let's delete our other frames over here too, since we're not using them. And now the next frame over here is what I like to call the push frame. That's supposed to be like waving. Like I recommend putting this little thing right here down here, like at the bottom, so it's easier to do that. So we're gonna grab it, put this down here, then we're gonna move it. And I recommend using onion too. So turn our onion on. Oopsies. So turn your onion on. Bada bing, bada boom. And make sure not to grab your object too, or it's gonna cut in half. You cannot be grabbing your object while doing this. You're gonna put it down here. And then you usually would zoom in for this, so just make it a slight movement. This is what I have to call the nudge frame. You just gotta have like a little bit of a nudge before the big movement. So see, like, just a bit of a nudge. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna go off. And then my friends, I like to call this the explosion frame. So it's just poo, boo. It's like a wave. There we go. There we go. And I usually do like to have some sort of frame. I like to call this the cleanup frame. So it makes it look less choppy. It's just another little nudge, but it's forward this time. It's forward again. Like before, sorry. It's just gonna be a little... It makes things smoother. Yeah, it looks like a little waving. It looks like it's waving. So that's basically just movement for me. I do that with mostly all the limbs. Like, for most of my animations, I do that for pretty much all the limbs. And this includes objects, too. Sometimes I do manually draw limbs, like, for example, tails. Tails are a big thing that I manually try to draw. Like this. So let's see how it looks. See? Tails I usually manually draw because, well, they have more of a rope type texture. They're more ropey, more flimsy. Tails and like strings, anything that has like a rope type movement is better off drawn by hand, in my opinion. So that's basically a basic rundown to how I animate. I do this with limbs, and when it comes to making like things just like go in a straight line, just sort of like this. When I copy, we're gonna circle this, copy it, paste it here. You just wanted to go in a straight line. We're gonna have a little push frame. A push frame, and then the scoosh. Scoosh. And it's just gonna keep going. There you go. That is basically how I animate. Like I said before, animating, it just comes to you. Like, generally, it's really hard to teach. For me personally, but the more you animate and the more you do it, the more things you learn. And the better methods that you learn in order to animate. Like, there's still a bunch of stuff that I personally don't know. But this is just the basic rundown on the main stuff that I use to animate and do a bunch of stuff. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching.